Welcome back. Yep, we have another creepy true story. This one is about the Ammons family, who claim to have seen and interacted with over 200 demonic entities. Today we have for you the Demon House. In 2011, a single mother, Latoya Ammons, her 3 children, and her mother, Rosa Campbell, moved into a small rental home at 3860 Carolina Street in Gary, Indiana. The children were aged 7, 9, and 12 at the time. They expected a fresh start. What they got instead was a descent into hell. This is the true story of the Ammons family, a case so disturbing, so well documented, that it would draw in police, child services, and even a Catholic priest who performed a series of real-life exorcisms. The family moved into the house in November of 2011. Days after, weird things began to happen. It started with huge black flies. Winter had just started, snow covered the ground, but these flies inexplicably swarmed the front porch of the Ammons' new home, and they wouldn't go away. Latoya killed them again and again, but every day they returned. Then came the footsteps. Heavy boots echoed from the basement, but no one was down there. Shadows crept along the walls. A figure paced the stairs at night. One night, Rosa awoke and saw a shadowy figure pacing in the living room. When she approached, it disappeared, but on the floor in front of her were wet footprints. Soon the children began to change. The youngest boy would sit in a corner and talk to someone no one else could see. When asked who, he answered, "The boy with the red eyes." 4 months after moving into the house, the family was mourning the loss of a loved one. The daughter, just 12, was reportedly seen levitating above her bed, eyes closed, unconscious. The family prayed and prayed, and finally she descended. When she awoke, she remembered nothing. The children started to speak in low voices, saying terrifying things like, "It's time to die," and "I will kill you." As they spoke, their eyes bulged, and they had strange grins on their faces. Most local churches didn't take them seriously, but one suggested that they might have spirits in the house. They recommended Latoya clean the property with bleach and ammonia and draw oil crosses on all the doors and windows. 2 clairvoyants that were visiting the property told Latoya there are over 200 spirits, and they suggested she move. The children missed many days of school. Medical professionals became involved, but they were not prepared for the things they would see. At one visit, witnesses say the boys suddenly began to growl. Their eyes rolled back into their heads. The 7-year-old was thrown across the room by an invisible force. One of the kids walked backwards up a wall in front of a nurse and a CPS worker. Her daughter started hearing voices which told her that death was near and that she'd never see her family again. They were terrified. The caseworker later wrote in her report, this was not normal human behavior. Even the family's doctor admitted, this is something I don't ever want to see again. By now, the case had attracted the attention of local police, and a Catholic priest named Father Michael Mazzino had agreed to investigate. During a home visit, his recording equipment failed, and a sudden oil-like substance dripped down from the blinds. Doors slammed on their own. One officer swore he saw a dark figure in the basement, and then he fainted. The children were separated from their mother while an investigation took place. CPS asked the police department to do a walkthrough of the demon house. While inside, the police witnessed a number of bizarre events. Their radio stopped working. They saw a presence of a smoky figure, and they recorded a voice that sounded like it said, "Hey." Father Mazzino performed not one, but 3 exorcisms on Latoya. 2 in English, 1 in Latin. She screamed, she convulsed, she cried out in voices that were not her own. These were performed in the presence of 2 police officers and a DCS case manager. The case manager would later say that it felt like someone was in the room with them, breathing down their necks. Eventually, Latoya and her mother fled. They left the house, and the activity stopped. They moved to Indianapolis, and she regained custody of her kids. In 2014, the home was purchased by Ghost Adventure star Zach Baggins. He filmed a documentary inside. Months later, he had the house torn down. What happened there was so disturbing, he claimed it was unsafe to allow anyone else to live in it. He said there were things in that house that could do things that he's never seen before, things that could not be explained. He said whatever it was seemed intelligent, but it was evil and powerful. Zach did save a few pieces of the basement and put them in his Las Vegas museum. The lot now sits empty, just a patch of grass and broken concrete, but some who pass by say they still feel something watching. The Ammons case remains one of the most thoroughly documented hauntings in modern U.S. history. Was it mass hysteria, a deeply religious family under stress, or something much darker? Knowing the story of the house now, would you have stayed there, even for one night? Would I have stayed there? No way. Share your thoughts, and if you have suggestions for future content that you'd like to hear about, let us know.